Imagine waking up one morning ready to make a simple financial transaction only to find that your account has been frozen. Not because you violated any law, but because your political beliefs or lifestyle do not align with the global narrative. Does it sound like fiction? Well, it's happening right now under the growing influence of what is now being called woke banking. Welcome to Drishtikone TV, where we dive deep into political and financial shifts that are shaping our world today. In this episode, we will explore a growing trend that could redefine how global power is exercised, woke banking, and the creeping march towards a totalitarian control through financial systems. Is this the very type of institutions you trust with your money being weaponized against you? As the banks and financial institutions worldwide embrace woke ideology, they are increasingly using ESG scores to dictate who has access to loans, investments, and even basic services. What began as a corporate social responsibility trend has now morphed into a mechanism of control, affecting personal freedoms in ways we have never seen before. So, what is woke banking? Well, essentially, it's a movement where banks and financial institutions integrate social, environmental, and political factors into their business models. On the surface, ESG scores might seem harmless or even necessary to fight climate change and social inequality. But the real question is, who defines what is socially or environmentally responsible? Take a look at how these ESG scores work. They rank businesses and even individuals based on how well they align with a certain globalist principles. What if your business doesn't fully comply? You may lose access to vital financial services regardless of whether you are legally compliant or providing value to your customers or not. One case that caught the international attention was Nigel Farage's. Farage, a political figure in the UK known for his controversial views, found his account at Coutts Bank shut down. Why? Reports suggest that his political views did not align with the bank's values. Coutts later denied the reason being purely political, but the message was clear. Banks now wield power to deplatform people financially, not based on legal infractions, but based on ideology.
Talk to me about Nigel Farage. I tell you what, when he went down the path of calling out the Coutts Bank, it sounded to his detractors, and they went out there and said so, almost like a conspiracy theory. Well, he was proven right. He's got all of these internal documents that show they cancelled his bank account because they disagreed with his policies. I mean, these banks are incredibly woke, as you know. He's now got an apology from them. He's also got a loose sort of apology from the BBC about the partisan way they approached the story, reported the story. But it begs the question, Kosha, I mean, how powerful are these corporates? You can't survive without your ID, you can't survive without a digital address, you certainly can't survive without a bank account, and they're making decisions on whether they like your politics or not.
But it doesn't stop with Farage. This new trend is being seen worldwide, with banks increasingly vetting clients based on their social and environmental credentials. And as these ESG standards grow more entrenched, it's not just political figures who are at risk. Businesses and individuals who fail to toe the line could soon be excluded from the financial system entirely. Here is another troubling aspect. These standards are often set by unelected global forums. Institutions like the World Economic Forum and other international financial bodies play a significant role in pushing these ESG metrics. This is creating a system where accountability is lost and power is centralized far beyond the democratic oversight. The ultimate danger is that this is just the beginning. Once the mechanism like ESG is fully embedded into the financial system, it's not difficult to imagine it being expanded to control other areas of life, like where you can live, what you can buy, and how you can invest. Think about it. This is a system not very different from China's social credit score, where a government, or in this case, a global financial network, has the ability to reward or punish citizens based on how well they adhere to a pre-prescribed behaviors. Now, instead of just controlling access to loans and investments, imagine a world where every single transaction is monitored and scored. Of course, the proponents of woke banking and ESG might argue that this is necessary to combat climate change or inequality. They'll say that by using financial systems to push these agendas, they can enact real change. But let's be clear, this is about power. When financial institutions hold the ability to decide who participates in the economy, they also hold the keys to liberate itself. It's crucial to ask who benefits from this control. As always, it's the global elites, the financial titans, and the political class who dictate the rules. The rest of us, well, we are just forced to comply or be cut off from the system. So are we seeing the beginning of a new global totalitarian regime disguised as woke financial responsibility? And what happens when this control extends beyond banking, infiltrating every aspect of life? The conversation is just starting, and we at Drishtikone will be here to keep you informed. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Drishtikone. If you find this discussion insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay up to date with our latest deep dives into global politics. For more detailed analysis, visit drishtikone.com. That is DRISHTIKONE.com. It is a detailed and an insightful newsletter sent out every Sunday, weekly. Please subscribe to it and get insights that top think tanks, industrialists, politicians, and thinkers get to read.